another episode of Happiness Matters, that show with me, Beanie Man, and this guy, Mo the Service Dog, who has no shame. And today I have a new friend here, and we met through Facebook actually. Not networking, nothing. Mo, yeah, thank you. So, so this is my new friend Bill Bruner. And he actually came down from Bailey, Colorado, just to be here with us today, which is awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming down, Bill, and for being here and for being willing to share your story. And I just, so we were just talking in my office for a little bit, and I just love your energy, and you really exude joy and happiness, and it's like, because I mean, that's what I'm all about. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, let's see.
Kind of like the cliff note. We have roughly half an hour.
I'll be 59 this year. I have 3 daughters. Been married for 19 years. Have done a lot of different things in my life, including being a professional actor for 15 years.
Like professional, like Hollywood professional, or?
Didn't do a lot of movies. Did a lot of industrial films, but mostly stage. About 81 stage shows I've been in. Met my wife at a theater in Kentucky.
Oh, nice.
So took a long time for me to come around and learn to be more joyful in life, because I was always the one that was very smart growing up, and so that intelligence got away from the emotional side of things. And really it was not until my late 30s, early 40s before I started to develop an understanding of what it took to live a more joyful life. The book I always tell people that changed my life, my wife, who wasn't my wife at the time, gave me, was The Return of Merlin by Deepak Chopra.
Oh, I have not read that one yet, but I'm reading Deepak is amazing. It's like,
He's a friend. Actually, on Twitter, I think he has somewhere around 3 million followers. Mm-hmm. I'm one of 720 that he actually follows back. So.
Oh, very nice, very nice. No, he's amazing. Right now I'm reading. Was it the Book of Secrets?
Yep, I read that one.
I'm reading that one right now, and then I forgot. But
another great one is Wise God Laughing.
I have not read that one yet either. I don't know.
So the thing with the Return of Merlin is it just taught me at a time in my life when I needed it that anything is possible.
Yes, and here's what's really cool. Anything is possible at any given moment, because if we don't like the direction our life is going, we're in charge. We just change direction. It's like, oh, this is not working. Well, that was a hard lesson. Man, that really hurt, but oh well, let's try this.
Well, and
that's really what that's all about.
Right, and sometimes we have to go through those hard times to understand what message we're missing in life, because the universe, I call God the universe, the universe will keep repeating things for us until we learn.
No kidding. It's like, oh, you didn't get it here. Get the same lesson, a little harder this time, a little louder. Oh, you still didn't get it? Wham! That's how that works. It never fails. I'm like, see, now that I've figured that one out too, I'm like, hold on. Let me figure this out real quick, because I do not want this on repeat. I do not want to go through this again worse than what it was the first time, or harder than what it was the first time. So it's like, no.
Yeah, and one of the biggest clues that I always tell people, believe it or not, something that's really simple, is just take a breath in the moment.
Right.
And try to understand what's going on around you.
Yes.
Because when we do that, we open ourselves up to possibilities and learning.
Absolutely. And the only thing we can control, anytime we have control, is right this very moment.
Yes.
That's the only moment we anytime have control over.
Yeah, and I talk a lot about that to people because that's what they don't get. They think they have control over everything in their lives.
No, you have control right now.
Yeah, and you have control over yourself. That's it. You have control over...
What he said. True story. I mean, and here's the other thing too. It's like, and I used to be this way. It's like, oh, you'll make me so mad. No, you don't. You add to it, you might aggravate me. But only we can make ourselves mad, angry. any of those things.
Well, and sometimes the people that annoy us the most in life are actually the mirrors of something that's going on with us. So we need to again be the observer.
Right.
Deepak,
I call them the shadow selves.
yeah, Deepak talks about it a lot as the observer, and so you need to be able to observe what's in your life, because everybody that's there is there for a reason.
Yes.
Everybody that we come across has some message for us,
Yes.
whether we pick up on that or not.
Or whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks. Right?
Yeah.
Apparently I needed to hear that. I didn't want to hear that, but apparently I really needed to hear that. So.
Yeah, and all messages aren't great. No, I mean, there are things that we all need to hear.
But here's the thing. In a sense, yes, they are all great because they're all teaching us something. Or they're giving us that awareness. Is like, oh, well, I gotta change something within me. So that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and no matter how hard we work on it, I always say that it's a work in progress. No matter how good you get, people often say what you say to me, that I have this great energy. Well, I try to have a great energy because I try to live a very joyful, wonderful life.
Let's do something on this try thing. Try to pick up that glass. Seriously, try to pick up that glass. I didn't say pick it up. I said try pick it up. See what I mean? Try. There's no try. You either do or you don't.
Yes.
That's a Yoda thing.
Yeah.
Like you either do or you don't. But it's, so I changed. I mean, I catch myself every once in a while because it's that programming that we have. It's like, I'm trying. It's like, no. And now I'm saying I'm working on it.
Okay.
Just, trying to help you out here, my friend. And you.
Yeah, no, so I just feel like it's always a work in progress.
It is.
I feel that's what life is. And people, when it comes to joy, the biggest thing that I have people go out trying to seek joy. And I tell people, joy isn't something you seek, it's something that comes from within.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you have to be the beginning of that joy, mm-hmm. and then your life is filled with joy around you.
Exactly. What you think about, you bring about, and I say that all the time because of law of attraction and all that, but it's like it starts with you. Nobody can make you happy or unhappy. You make yourself happy. I mean, you decide. I wake up every morning, it's like, oh, I'm having a great day, I'm happy, and it's going to be good. Doesn't always work out that way, but most of the time. But here's the thing, because I changed my whole thinking about it. Now even when things don't go quite the way I would like them to go, I'm like, oh, apparently I need to learn a lot of lessons today. But it just changes the way you look at it and you handle things. If you go on with, you start with the high vibration versus I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be another crappy day, and it's like, oh, Monday, it just goes down from there.
Well, yeah, and I always tell people that life happens regardless of what state of mind you're in. So, so you need to understand that no matter how good things are going, something bad can happen. I mean, that's just the way that life is.
I wouldn't say bad, something not so good maybe, not gooder. No. But I mean, words, what we say and how we say things make a huge difference. They really do. Instead of, oh my gosh, I have to do this and that. No, you get to. You get to, and do it with a smile. I get to pay my bills because I have the money to do it. Yeah. But words and the way we talk to ourselves really does make a big difference too.
It does. But I think that there's got to be a reality that you understand that no matter what state of mind you're in, that things can happen. Because I think that too often people will then go down the rabbit hole because they, well, everything's been so great. How could something like this happen? Well,
because it's life.
Yeah.
Because apparently you needed to learn that lesson because you didn't get it the first 50,000 times. I'm just saying.
Well, no, I think there's a lot of truth to that, and as you mentioned earlier, I think it's like sometimes it can be like a mule kick. It can really throw you for a loop because you didn't get it, and so the universe keeps coming back and saying. And
it's a little louder and a little harder until you get it. I call it the universe hitting me with a 2x4 because that's what it feels like sometimes.
It does. And it's never a pleasant thing, but if you can understand it and learn from it,
right,
you're going to grow.
Oh, and once you pay attention and again awareness. Once you have that awareness, now you look at things. It's like, ooh, there's a lesson in here. What's the lesson? that you learn from it, adjust whatever it is you were doing. So there's a very good chance you're not going to have to repeat that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that is, to me, it's like, yay!
Well, it's like, and just side note to me is dreams. People are afraid to dream big.
I know,
People try
why
to
is
micromanage their
that?
dreams and try to make it something that they think is achievable. It doesn't matter that it's achievable.
It's called a dream. Dream. So when you dream, like that dream vacation you want to take, but you're like, well, I gotta get the money first and then I can dream. No, dream the money to come with it. That's my thing.
Or just dream that it's going to happen and
Assume
watch.
the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That's my other. I use it. So there's a couple things. It's like what you think about, you bring about, and assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Those are my favorite quotes and sayings that I use all the time. Believe. Just believe. And I talked in another show. It's like it doesn't matter what you believe in. God, the universe, Buddha, whatever. It doesn't matter. The gist of it is the same. The powers at work are the same. It's like gravity. Gravity doesn't care what you believe in. It just works.
Yeah.
It's the rest of the laws of the universe. The law of vibration, law of attraction, law of cause and effect, and all of the laws. It just works the same way. So if you believe that you will get what you want, you will get it.
Yes.
You will get it.
Absolutely. And the starting to everything in my mind is gratitude.
Yes. I always tell people to come from a place of love and gratitude, and you win. It's amazing what happens.
But it's so hard for some people.
It is. Well, it's part of the conditioning. And if you look at what are we getting bombarded with 24/7? It's that fear-mongering, that negativity, and it's like, you gotta be scared. No, you don't. No, you don't. There's no need to be scared.
No.
There's no need to be scared. There's no need to feed into all the garbage that's being shoved down our throats.
Well, no, and I actually believe in a bigger sense of the picture that all this negativity and everything is because there's a shift going on in consciousness in the world. And anytime that
It's amazing, isn't
anytime that there's a big change, there's
Change?
always resistance to
no,
change.
not change.
So you have all these negative feelings and things happen because that's the resistance to see if you really are going to stay on the path to more enlightenment. And that's what I think as a world we're doing. Think how much the world has opened up from when we were kids.
Oh my gosh. I know.
We can talk to people all across the world now.
In like this,
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm going to start doing interviews through Zoom for my show, and it's like, oh, I didn't think about that, but sure. And now it's like anybody in the world, wherever you're watching, you have a story, you have a message you want to share that's positive and uplifting and, can help others, reach out. We can Zoom it now.
Yes.
I haven't quite figured out, I haven't done one yet, but it's easy. I got this. I got this.
You'll figure it out.
Might have to do a few retakes, it's like, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's where the resistance is coming in. The resistance is coming in because of this sense of oneness that we're coming to in the world together now. And I always say, 99% of the people in the world are great people. So why should we be concerned about the few that aren't?
What he said. Absolutely. I'm so with you. I'm so with you. And my thing too is like I tell people, I love people. I really love everybody. I don't like everybody, but I really do love everybody. Seriously. Because we're so much more alike than we're different.
Oh, absolutely.
We are so much more alike than we're different. And I'm always in awe when I talk to people. And it's like, you're like me. You think the way I do.
And I go even further. I think we're all connected.
Oh, we are. We're all connected. Actually, because everything is energy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is connected. We're connected to the chairs we're sitting in, not because we're sitting in it, but even if they were somewhere else, we'd be connected. We're connected to you. We're connected to everything.
Yes.
Because it's all, and it's those ripple things. It's like, what? It's like being in the water, when you like throw a rock in, and you know how it ripples out, and then it affects everything, and it goes from there.
And we're stronger together than we are apart.
What a notion. Yes, we are.
So when you get like-minded individuals together,
Oh my gosh.
and they work together for the good of the world,
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing how things can change.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they've actually done studies on certain things. I think I forgot where I was, what I saw, but there was I think it was in California. It was years ago. They had big drought, and a couple of guys started Think Rain, Think Rain. Remember that?
I do.
Think Rain. And guess what happened? Everywhere they went, they told me they held up the signs, Think Rain, and people started thinking rain, and it started raining. You know, there's a lot of people like, well, that's just a coincidence. It was bound to happen, blah, blah, blah. Was it?
Are there coincidences?
I don't believe in coincidences, no.
I think everything that happens in your life happens for a reason, and it's either a message of growth, or it's some other form of enlightenment that you bring into your life. So if you're not happy with the way things are going in your life right now, just change your thoughts.
What? Say what?
and I go back to gratitude because there was a big study that just came out within the last 2 or 3 weeks that it was like a 10-year study, and they looked at people with gratitude and grateful thoughts, and they've actually now confirmed that it changes the chemistry in your brain. It rewires your brain.
It's not just the chemistry in your brain, it changes your DNA actually. I mean, it really goes, because everything is energy, and at the molecular level, everything is the same. Whether it's the chair, the house, the air, the you, me, it doesn't matter. At the core, it's all the same. You know, and with our thoughts, and they've done studies where they actually showed, you know, two cells, you know, reacting at the same time, same thing, and they're miles and miles and miles and miles apart. We're all connected.
Yeah, there's a scientist out of Japan that did a bunch of stuff with water, and that's
Yes. I mean, it is just, to me, this is so fascinating, and it's like, for all the people, it's like, well, I'm not into all the woo-woo stuff. That's not woo-woo stuff, guys. This is physics. There's proof out there.
Yes.
You know, for those of you who need the proof, do some research. You know, because I'm a right brain, left brain equal person, and I'm like, really, show me, prove it to me. You know, and now, because I mean, I'm also into all the woo-woo stuff, because now I understand. I was always curious about the woo-woo side, but now with my science brain, you know, I'm like, oh, that's why this is working, and now I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, because it is all connected, and there's so much that science has figured out. There's so much more that they're having even more questions on.
Well, and I would always say that logic and thought is a great thing in life, but it can also hold you back, because
Yes.
logic, the mind is actually attached to the ego. And so it'll try to rationalize anything so that it can get what it wants,
Right.
which is what's the most important to the ego. But if you take a breath and slow down, the heart takes over, and the heart is usually right.
Fun fact, the heart and the brain and your gut have the exact same brain cells. Just saying. True story. You know, and it's actually funny though with the heart. Your heart knows before your ego, and your brain does. And
But the ego loves to block it.
oh my gosh, the ego is such a sometimes. Shut up. Shut up. Like, not talking to you right now. But no, seriously, with the heart, and there's studies out there, and you know, when you do research, which sometimes I like to do, they actually found that people that got a heart transplant, all of a sudden they have like habits and stuff that the person who had the heart before had, you know, like certain foods, like I think one of the studies, a person had an aversion before the heart transplant, had an aversion to a certain food, and now after the heart transplant, all of a sudden they love it. You know, and other things, and that's when they really started. So I was like, why is that? How can that be? And that's when they actually found out that the cells in the heart and the cells in the brain are the same. And then they also found out that the gut also has them, which is your gut feeling. If your gut is like all crunching up on something, and you getting this, listen to it, because your body knows.
Yeah,
So,
but what happens with most of us is that we get blocked
Yes.
because of the ego.
mm-hmm.
And so to learn to let go of the ego, to instead of thinking, what am I going to get out of this, think, how can I help?
Right.
What can I do for you rather than what you can do for me? And it changes everything. You know,
Yes.
you talked earlier about energy. One of my favorite quotes from Einstein is that, and I'll probably mess it up, but
That's okay, we won't hold it against you.
energy can't be created or destroyed, it can only change.
Mm-hmm.
And because we are pure energy, a change in a thought, a change in a behavior has that ripple effect throughout not only your life, but everybody that you come in contact with.
Right, exactly. And another thing, and I've said it on shows before, and I talk to people all the time about it too, it's like, ask yourself this question. Would you be offended if somebody talked to you the way you talk to yourself?
Oh, we're our worst critic.
Stop it. Just stop it.
And I think that coming from a point when I was younger, when my mind controlled me completely because I was rather bright, and
You were?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just... words, man, words.
I say were because I've tried to let a lot of that
And now
go.
you're brighter. There you go.
I just think that the analyzation of everything in your head keeps you away from what you truly need and want in your life, and it keeps you away from really living a more joyful life because you're blocking the heart rather than accepting the heart for what it is.
No, absolutely, because we buy into what should be, what we think should be, what society is trying to tell us should be, and we're comparing ourselves to this person, that person, and this friend, that friend, family, whatever. It's like, stop it. You are you. There's, like Dr. Seuss says, you are you. There's no one you are like you. And that's true, because each one of us, we have special gifts, we have special talents, but we get so stifled. I mean, it starts when we're born. Think about that. Oh, don't touch that. You're going to burn yourself. Okay. Well, what do we do as kids? We touch it anyway. Oh, crap, we got burned. All right,
Yeah, well, that's one of my favorite topics on that is wonderment. We've lost wonderment.
Yes,
in
we
our
did.
lives.
We did.
As a child, everything, we could walk outside and see a flower and it was amazing to us. We need to bring back wonderment.
We do, and you can do this, and I've started practicing that, when with my journey in the beginning. It's like, make a conscious effort. Everything you see, go like, wow. Just say wow and look at it and go back to that childhood. Like, pretend you're seeing it for the first time. Wow. And it is amazing the shift it will do. It's like, now I look at the light here that we have, and I'm going, wow. And I'm thinking of all the things that went into it, creating it, and the people putting it together, and the resources. And it's just this ripple, again, that ripple thing, and it's like, wow. I mean, it's something so simple, and we take it for granted until we stop and look at it and put a little thought in it. It's like all the things that go into it.
Yeah.
And making it or even just nature. I'm amazed at the symmetry of so many things in nature. It's like, whoa, this is cool. But yeah, that sense of wonder, it's like, if you lost it, work on it, getting it back. Look at it from like a kid's perspective.
And I'll even say that with relating to people. Every person
Whoa!
is wonderful. Every person is wonderful.
Yes.
And going back to what we talked about earlier, they're there for a reason. Whether it's 5 minutes or whether it's 10 years.
Yeah,
or
matter.
a lifetime. It doesn't matter. So look at them with wonder because they are special.
They are. They are absolutely. And again, it's like, I learned so much. I love to people watch. Because you can learn so much from other people, just by watching them and paying attention and listen to them. And I'm in awe all the time now. It's like, whoa. Sometimes like, oh man, it's like, that's a few cents short, but But I mean, still, it's still that, wow. And to me, everybody is amazing.
Yep.
Everybody is amazing, and because they're just, I love that the fact that we're so different, yet we're so alike. And I love, when I talk with people now, I like to look at, it's like, what do we have in common? Versus, well, you're different than me, or I don't believe in what you believe in, or, whatever it is. It's like, no, I don't, I used to, because I used to do that autopilot thing and feeding into, that programming and until I got that awareness. And I say I woke up, started waking up, and now I look at people like, wow, you are amazing. Look how far you've come.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I look, we always look back as like, oh my gosh, all this garbage behind us. Don't look at it that way. Look, when you look behind you, marvel over how far you have come.
Exactly right. And how you've continued to succeed.
Right, and what you've overcome, what you have accomplished, and then be excited about the road ahead. It's like, I don't know what the future holds. Heck, I never didn't think that my little book, Happiness Matters, would pretty much take on a life of its own. But it's like, but it's needed. And it's just something, again, the 2x4 of the universe is like, whap, do it. It's like with the book writing. People came up to me, it's like, so, but do you have a book? What? No? And then after the third or fourth person, I'm like, fine, I get it. You want me to write the book? I write the book, give it to me. And bam, delivered. And it's just going from there. And I'm just going pretty much with my gut.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm being told. What my higher self is telling me, what the universe is telling me, what God, whatever you want to call it, God, universe, source, again, it doesn't matter. Go with it. It doesn't always go like, oh, well, okay, that was a learning experience, we're not doing that again.
Well, and getting back to being open, if you allow yourself to be open to the situations that you come into in your life, you can easily change course.
Yes.
And still get to where you wanted to go. But it may be even better than what you wanted because
and usually
things
it is.
have been added in.
Mm-hmm. And usually, and that's the thing too. I mean, this is how the universe works. If you want to micromanage, forget it. That's like buying one lottery ticket with one set of numbers and expecting to win the jackpot. No. But if you're open, if you say, this is the direction I'm going,
Mm-hmm.
just give me what I need, and then you pay attention. I'm blown away every single day of the people, the opportunities, the situations that the universe is providing me to go where I want to go. And when I share that with clients and with friends and everything, and they get it, and they stop trying to micromanage, exactly, it's like, okay, so this is my 5-year plan, and this has to happen this way, and this has to happen this way. Let go of all of that. It doesn't work that way. Mm-hmm. Because now you limited the universe to just this one lottery ticket to get you where you want to go. But if you are open, and you will get way more and way better than what you could ever imagine.
Yes.
I mean, I'm in awe every single day. I look at, not just myself, but I look at some of my friends, and it's like your story, and people, and I'm sitting there going, whoa.
Yeah,
amazing.
I do. I think it's totally amazing, and I think that the key, going back to earlier, is to dream big and then just allow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very hard for us in this day and age to just allow.
Yes, because we have such a need for control. Plus, with all the electronics and that instant everything right now. No. I mean, you put stuff out there to the universe, you will get it. If you believe you will get it, you will get it. You might not get it right this minute, but you'll be amazed how fast it happens.
But you'll get it when it's supposed to.
Well, you get it at the perfect time.
Yeah.
I mean, you really will get it at the perfect time. You might think the perfect time is like right now.
Yeah.
But no, it's not the perfect time. You think it's the perfect time, but it's not the
Exactly.
perfect time for you. It's like, I noticed so many times because I played with it, because it's just fun. I was like, was it a couple months ago, I put out, it's like, I want to really focus more on public speaking. So I just put out, I said, I should meet more speakers that are actually, you know, top notch. And that very evening, I was introduced to amazing speaker, Mary Kelly. I know some of you may have heard her. She's amazing. I was introduced to her that evening. And since then, I met Angel Tessie, which I did an interview with her, you know, and I'm meeting Gary Barnes, you know, Michelle Mraz, I mean, a whole, I know, Mo's like, a whole bunch of people, but I put it out there. But I didn't say, it's like, I want to meet exactly this person. You know, I know eventually I'll be on the Ellen show, because Ellen has to retire eventually. So, but you know, it's like, I know it's going to happen. And you just trust it. But you can start this, so this is fun. This is fun. A couple of things you can do. Okay, for the next, say, 10 days, week to 10 days, that's a good time frame. Think blue glass. Just blue glass. And then pay attention how much blue glass you will see in magazines, in stores. All of a sudden, blue glass will be everywhere. Have you played?
We've played this game before because about a year ago my in-laws gave us one of their cars because they were downsizing, and it was red. And we said, oh, we haven't seen that many red cars. I wonder how many red cars are out there.
I mean, it's the same thing. It's like, you know, you have your dream car. Nobody has the car. Nobody has that color. As soon as you drive off that lot, that car is everybody has that car. But there's a little thing in the back of your brain, it's called the reticular activating system. And that's really it, because now you have the awareness. And that's exactly how that works. So another fun thing to do, and this works, I mean, it works for me anyway, parking spaces.
Oh yeah, my wife hates me because I always find the 1-2 from the door.
I do too. Right in front of the door. But what you do is wherever you're going, instead of like, oh man, parking is going to be a pain and blah, 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 stop that. Stop that, because parking will be a pain. But envision that you will have parking right in front of the door. And then let go of that. Don't like, well, if that doesn't happen, then blah, blah. No, that's not how that works. Imagine and believe you will have parking in front of the door. And trust you will have it. And that's at the end. And there's a pretty good chance you will have it. It works for me every time.
Well, and that's maybe the third key to what we're talking about here. So you've got to have the big dream.
Yes.
You've got to allow the universe to move you towards that dream.
Right.
But you also have to release.
You have to let go. Yes. Detach yourself from the outcome. That was the hardest thing for me.
It's tough.
It is tough because we're such control freaks.
Well, I think that's true to a large extent, but I also think it's that we feel like we need something now, especially in today with this society. We don't have enough money. We've got to get more money, or this is gonna happen, or that's gonna happen. Well, you're not gonna have more money if you keep.
Well, and here's the thing too. So, true story. Beginning of this year, my husband retired from the military. Well, this October I think will be 3 years, and he worked for the first 6 months or something, and then he's like, I need to sabbatical, I need to decompress. I'm like, we're good. Well, when we did 30 some years in the military, so we have a nice pension, but it's still half of what we're used to. But our lifestyle hasn't changed, you know, and I wasn't really working or nothing, you know, at that time, and it's like, we're fine. It'll turn around, you know. I'll figure something out, blah, 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 blah. We got credit cards. Okay. And this is the first time I'm saying it officially in public too. So, the beginning of the year, we had about $100,000 in credit card debt. There were no more Peters to rob to pay the Pauls. It wasn't. And my whole mind was so cluttered with that weight of debt and, oh my gosh, what do we do? I mean, I know we can pay the mortgage, but that's pretty much it, you know. But it's like, oh my gosh, and I call it pride. I will not declare bankruptcy. I will not. No, that's just not, I can't. But anyway, so I was like, oh, wait a minute, practice what you preach. Duh. So I put it out there. I said, I need $100,000 or more by, I think it was the end of April or June or something. I mean, I gave, $100,000 is a lot of money. So I think I gave it like 6 months, or sooner. And yeah, and I just let it go. And I kid you not, as soon as I put that out there, was it either that day or the next day? Because what you do is once you put it out, then you take inspired action. You have to take action. You cannot just sit there and wait. It's like, that's not happening. You have to take inspired action. And for me, what came through is like, do a cash refi on the house. And I just laughed because I did mortgages for almost a year. I know the numbers game and how that works, and there was no way we're going to qualify. Plus the house had to appraise at a certain level, and I mean there were so many factors, and I just laughed. But the voice was really loud, screaming, really like, "Come on, stupid! Do it!" Like, call your friend. So I called my friend Sandy, which I did a show with her too, and I called her and I said, "So, just for shits and giggles, because I don't think we qualify, but hey." Well, it also helps to have an amazing mortgage loan officer. Well, guess what? 2 months or 2.5 months after I put it out, poof, done. And as a bonus, 2 weeks after that, I got my dream car that I've been drooling over for 2 years. Guys, I'm telling you, it works. If you're not attached to the outcome, if you know what you want, and you believe you will get it, you just put it out there and you trust you will get it, and you take the inspired action.
Well, I was going to say, I think that's the last piece that people don't do. Take action.
Well, but it requires effort.
Move towards the dream. Don't go blindly towards it, because you have to be, as you say, inspired. You have to be observant of the things around you. Mm-hmm. So that you can receive the messages that you need, so that you can continue to move towards that dream. But you have to move. You have to do something. I mean, it's like when you're sailing, you can have all the wind you want. If you don't set the sails and you don't know how to navigate the next, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. It's like you are the captain of your life. You are the storyteller. You are the author, of your life story. Do it. I mean, it's just, and it's amazing. It is. It is amazing. And I'm a guy that doesn't like cliches, but I do like this one. It's, since you use the author reference, it's starting every day with a blank page.
It does. It does. Exactly. And it does. And here's the thing. It's your story. Write it the way you want it. Another thing that's fun. See, we're like over time already, but I don't care. Because you guys can pause and come back to it. But I can talk this stuff all day long, because I think it is really important to get it out. But another thing that's really fun to do, and one of my besties shared that with me. She goes, just do it, this is fun. So what you do is you write 3 stories. The first scenario is nothing changes. Nothing changes. Everything stays the same. Just, and I just write down story 1, all the same, nothing changes, the end. Because, story 2, a little bit changes. You get a little bit, but you still have that, you're still holding yourself back from really dreaming and da-da-da-da-da. So that's story number 2. Story number 3, you go all out. You write down your biggest dream and the key is, as if it already happened. Or it's happening right this minute. Not it will happen, not it has happened right now. That's the key. As if because subconscious and everybody, they don't care if it's future,
time
past.
Is irrelevant.
Time is an illusion. As if it already happened or is happening right now. But write it down, with all as many details as you can, and then feel the feelings that go with it. Okay? It's so much fun. And then read it, and tuck it away. And then just watch life happen. And then when you find it again and you look at it, it's like, oh my gosh, so much happened. It's like, so I have this, it's called the Law of Attraction Planner. I freaking love that thing, okay? So I wrote down they put in like goals, 50, you can put 50 goals or something in there for the year. And I just started writing down. I've already reached a whole bunch of them. And I'm sitting there going, whoa, You know, it's just fun. It's like every couple months or so I look over them. It's like, gee, I wonder what happened this time. It's like, oh, well, this happened. Whoosh! Oh, holy cow! Wow, this happened like way sooner than I anticipated. It is amazing. It is amazing. But trust you will get it, and it just.
Well, interesting. You keep so many things in my head, different things. So an interesting thing that I like to say to people who are struggling. And can't let go of the past because, you know, something bad happened to them or something else. What I always say is write a letter to the person that hurt you and then set it on fire.
I like that.
It releases the emotion and the pain because it's gone.
Well, here's the thing too, is like, you know, and I actually, one of my chapters in my book is forgiveness. Because when you hold a grudge, when you hold that anger, you have no power. You gave your power away to that person that hurt you. Why would you do that? Take your power back. It's like, what happened to you? Yeah, it sucked. But it was a blip in time. It was an incident in time. What you're holding on to is the memory.
Yeah.
Change that. Let it go. It's that story. You keep repeating that same story. The story. And it's all it is. It's the story of what happened. That incident.
And you're giving it more power by doing it.
Exactly. And by giving your power to that, you take your power away from living your life.
Yes. And I always say that it's an easy thing to say, but you know, you can't change the past, no matter what you do.
No, but you learn from it.
So let go of what happened, accept that you learn from it, and move forward.
Right.
Change that direction rather than being in that same circular moment.
And it goes back to gratitude. I tell people too, it's like there's always, no matter what happens, the good, the bad, the ugly, there's always something to be grateful for. Find that one thing to be grateful for. And again, sometimes it's really just a lesson in what not to do. You know, for me, it was with my mother, it was, I'm grateful she didn't kill me. You know, so there's always something. And then focus on that and build on that versus, oh, poor me, this happened to me, and oh, it hurt so bad, and blah, 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 blah. Been there, done that. Did nothing for me except make me more miserable. It got me to the point where I really wanted to end my life. No, you don't have to. You know, find that one little glimmer of hope. That one positive to help you move forward, and then you rewrite your story. It's like, you know what, yeah, this happened, this really sucked, it really hurt, but I'm here, I'm stronger because of it, and it's like, you know what, I made it through that, I'm good. I can make it through pretty much anything.
Yep.
No, but don't say bring it on, because don't do that.
No, I agree. One gratitude a day to begin with is key, and I think that as a normal practice, once you get good at gratitude, you should do 3 to 5 a day, and you should find. I always say to either do them the last thing at night, or the first thing in the morning. So you set the tone for the next day if you do it the last thing at night. I used to lay in bed, and before I would fall asleep, I would go, these are the things I'm grateful for today.
That's awesome. I actually have that. I write about that because my book turned out to be a workbook. You know. So actually I do that gratitude journal. What my suggestion is start with 5 things that you're grateful for, because one is easy. One
isn't always easy.
It's not always easy, but 5 is a good start, especially when you're in a really dark place like I was when I started, so 5. Because what it does, it makes you dig deep, and it makes you look for that positive. Okay, and sometimes it's just like, you know what, I saw a butterfly today, yay. Or I saw a flower today. I mean, the really simple things. Do 5. If 5 are easy, do 10. I want the last 3 or 4 to be hard, to where you really have to dig deep, because that it made a difference for me, and that's why I'm sharing this. Is like, you can do it any way you want. You know, do whatever works for you. And then what I suggest too, because I did that and it worked great, I read them out loud before I actually write them down, because when you write it down and you say it out loud, now it's out.
Well, you're also using 2 sides of your brain.
There's that too. So you read it out loud, and then before you go to sleep. So now you end your day on a good note. And when you wake up in the morning, first thing you pull out your list and you read it. And you start your day on a positive note. And what that does is, I mean, it doesn't take long. I tell you, it does not take long once you do that, because now your brain is wired to look for the positive.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll become easier and easier to find your good stuff to write down for the night. And it is amazing. To me, that was a game changer. Thank you, Oprah, because I saw it, no, seriously, because I saw it on one of her shows. And it was an absolute game changer for me. Not at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't ready at that time. But when I was ready, that seed that she had planted, all of a sudden went,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it was a game changer for me. It really, really was. But that gratitude, finding the positive, finding the good, especially when everything is dark around you, it makes such a difference.
Yeah,
It
it
is-
does.
it
It
is
makes an
huge.
amazing difference. And then just be in the moment.
Be in the moment, exactly.
Because we're all too conditioned in this society to look forward or look back. We never look where we are now.
Because that's scary. Because that means we have to take responsibility. Ew, that ugly R word. But guys, you're responsible for you. You're not responsible. I mean, okay, if you have kids, that's a different story. But technically, you know, you're only responsible for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
for your thoughts, for your words that you speak, you know, for your feelings, for your emotions. Nobody can make you anything.
No.
No, nobody has that power. They can aggravate you and add to it or take away from it, but only you have that power to direct your life.
That's right.
So it's like,
And once we realize that we are in the driver's seat.
it's so cool. Especially in my new car, I love it. And I miss the Autobahn, I have to admit, I so miss the Autobahn. Because I have a need for speed sometimes. But anyway, but no, I mean, it's like once you understand, it's like you are in charge, you are in control, and you can stir where the direction of where you're going. You know, sometimes you hit a little bump, but once you understand you're in charge, they're not walls anymore. They're just little pebbles in the road. You're like, ew.
Yeah, or
And you
forks,
can-
you know?
yeah.
So it's just a divergent path. It just shows you, hey, we're going to get there. We just got to go this way before we go that
Well,
way.
as long as you stay the general directions, so this is your direction, it doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you stay the course. You know, and just be in awe and be amazed of what the universe or God is providing for you to get you where you want to go. It just, every single day I'm in awe, because I play more and more with it, you know, and then I'm going, well, this worked, let's try this. But it's just fun. Or traffic lights, do it with traffic lights too.
Yes.
So if you're like, oh man, all the lights are always red, well, with that attitude, they're always red. Now believe that you will hit green lights. I hit so many green lights, it's awesome. Especially when I'm in a hurry, I'm like, I really need the green lights, and I'm having green lights. La, 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 la. I'm still late, but that's a different story. I'm a little less late. But anyway, no, this is, I could talk this stuff all day long, because I think it is so important for people to understand that you have all the power.
Yes.
You have all the power. You are in control. You are it.
Yeah. No matter what the circumstances are in your life,
Right.
you can take charge today and bring your life to where you want
We
it to
actually
be.
take charge right now.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Stop the tape right now.
Right now. Like, no. But it is really so liberating once that clicks,
Mhm.
and you start taking steps into that unknown, which is a little scary, I admit that, but it's beautiful at the same time, you know. It is so amazing, and it is so empowering, and it is just awe-inspiring. And watching people, you know, when I talk to them, and I just take, you know, that little nugget, and they're implementing it, and then they come back to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, Beanie, what you said, do you remember what you said? And I'm like, remind me, you know. And but it really doesn't matter what you say. The fact is that there was that one thing, and they may have heard it a bazillion times before, but they heard it that one extra time, and they clicked.
Yes.
You know,
Because it was the right moment for them to hear it.
Exactly. It's like not, we're all on different stages in our lives, you know, we're not always ready to hear what we need to hear. I mean, the subconscious still takes it and it's still in there, you know. And then one day, it's like with kids, you know, you can tell them, as the mom or the dad, you can tell them 10,000 times the same thing. Neighbor comes over, tells them one time, and they're like, oh yeah. Same thing. It's the same thing. It's like when you're ready, you will get it, you know, and hopefully this helped you, you know, because it is really...
Oh, it's truly amazing what can be done. And no matter where you're coming from, no matter what happened in your life, the bottom line is that you have the control to change your life.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to do is accept that and move forward.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really cool. So I put your contact info at the end, so if you want to contact him, you know, you can. You know,
or join me on Facebook. I got about 2,000 people on Facebook. I write quotes almost every day.
Hey, cool.
They're all original quotes.
Nice. See? Because birds of a feather and all of that stuff, you know. Your vibe attracts your tribe. It's really true. So, but I will put your contact info at the end so you can go to the end, you know, in the credits, and there's his stuff. So you can contact him. You can always contact me too. And thank you so much for coming down.
Thanks for having me.
I almost said Bailey. You're from Bailey.
Yeah.
Your name is Bill. Like,
yes.
Connect the dots, girl.
Thank you very much for having me. It was a great
I really
time.
appreciate it. Yeah, it was. It's like, we should do that again. We should do like part 2. You never know. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. I hope there was some really good, valuable information for you, and there's some nuggets you can take away and implement. It's really not hard. You just have to do it. You have to put in the effort. So I wish you well. I wish you have a great day. Be happy, be love, be kind. Well, got that backwards. It's be happy, be kind, be love. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.